Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at The Lone Gunmen, the second of two X-Files spin-offs. So The Lone Gunmen is a conspiracy thriller series set within the X-Files universe, specifically between seasons 8 and 9 of the X-Files. It was created by Chris Carter, Vince Gilligan, John Shiban, and Frank Spotnitz. It ran for a single season comprising of 13 episodes before being cancelled altogether, resulting in the show's cliffhanger ending being partially resolved in the season 9 episode of The X-Files titled Jump the Shark. As for me, I thoroughly enjoyed The Lone Gunmen, and it's one of those great TV shows that got cancelled way too soon. So let's get into it. So aesthetically, The Lone Gunmen is very different from the X-Files. Whereas the X-Files dealt with paranormal mysteries and conspiracies to cover up extraterrestrial contact, The Lone Gunmen revolves around other forms of secret activity, such as government-sponsored terrorism, the development of a surveillance society, corporate crime, and stuff like that. It also incorporates a lighter tone compared to the X-Files, and features plenty of slapstick comedy if that's your thing. Then you have all the characters, starting off with the titular Lone Gunmen. First of all, you have John Fitzgerald Byers, who was born on the same day as the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and has some working knowledge of medicine, genetics, and chemistry. And on this show, he discovers a mysterious connection between his father's death and a government conspiracy. Then you have Melvin Frohickey, the oldest and arguably funniest member of the group, whom prior to joining the Lone Gunmen was an acclaimed tango dancer, and his specialty is intrusion hardware. And of course, Richard Langley, aka Ringo. Langley specializes in hacking and computers, especially since he showed an aptitude for such technology as a kid, which was frowned upon by his parents. And he's easily the most paranoid member of the group, given that he tapes every single incoming phone call, including the ones from Fox Mulder from the X-Files. There's some new characters as well, such as Yves Adele Hollow, a femme fatale thief who's meant to be somewhat of a morally grey character. You know, sometimes she's an ally to the Lone Gunmen, sometimes she's a rival. And who could forget Bond? Jimmy Bond. Jimmy Bond is a financial backer, admirer, and ally to the Lone Gunmen, and despite embodying the physicality and braveness you would expect from somebody with that particular name, he isn't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, which results in all types of hilarious endeavors and situations throughout the show. And if you're all caught up on the X-Files before watching the show, expect to see one or two surprise cameos here and there. As for the format, there are 13 episodes and most of them are fairly self-contained stories. I would highly recommend all of them because they're all pretty entertaining. The pilot episode focuses on a government conspiracy involving the World Trade Center, which is kind of eerie when you think about it because this episode aired several months before 9/11. Jimmy Bond introduces Jimmy Bond and focuses on a practice involving a football team for the blind. Ina Kleiner Frohickey sees Frohickey attempt to convince a woman who was a Nazi war criminal that he is in fact her long-lost son. Planet of the Frohickeys is about a highly intelligent chimp trying to escape a government lab, and The Lying Game sees a college roommate of Byers getting murdered, and all of the key evidence leads to an X-Files character who crosses over into this episode. And as for the finale, it had a few surprises and ended on a cliffhanger that would have been perfect for a second season. Now, obviously, just like with the X-Files and Millennium, some episodes fare better than others, and the two episodes that I found to be the weakest were episodes 5 and 9. 3 Men in a Smoking Diaper and Diagnosis Jimmy. They're good episodes, but they both suffer from the ineptitude of Jimmy. I get that he's meant to be dumb and bumbling, but in these two episodes, the writers kinda went overboard. So yeah, those are my thoughts on The Lone Gunmen. Next time we're going to be looking at Season 9 of The X-Files, which ended up being the initial final season to the show for 14 years. So look forward to that very soon. Thank you all for watching, guys. Please be sure to like the video, share it, and subscribe. Ring the bell, take care, and I'll see you soon.